I'll lower that back to 29. And I'm probably also going to lower the volume in here. What's that? That looks a bit better. Okay. Well, it's going. Seems to be going. Just gonna lower that more because this is intense music. Okay. If that's too quiet, can deal with that later. In the meantime, let's get pop-out chat. Bring that over here. Okay. And there we are. Alrighty. Okay, so I guess it's Spriting time. Not really much else I can do but sprite. So I guess I'm going to introduce this Pokemon. This is Polterpole, a ghost psychic type amphibian first stage. You can tell, you know, clearly a tadpole. In this color palette, I've been told it looks kind of like a sperm cell. It's not. What it evolves into is what you're seeing down here. If I can, there, down here. Can't really gesture to it with anything but the cursor on it. Which is Siren. This is the female version because it has this this psychedelic stripe thing. But anyways, it's Psychic Ghost. Or Ghost Psychic, I don't remember the exact word, but they're basically psychedelic amphibians. There's, I think we have a confused chance is the plan for its ability when something hits it with a contact move. There's a confused chance. Kind of like Flame Body, Poison Point, and things like that. So what you're seeing here is what we call the CAS, or Concept Art Sprite, CA Sprite. And what a CAS is basically what we do is we just take the art that you're seeing. I can't really gesture to that, kind of off that way. That art is the actual concept art as drawn by our artist. And what we do with that art is we cut it out, we up the contrast on it a bit, then we limit the colors, which we don't necessarily need to do. We need to index it at some point. We need to flatten the part that's not transparent. Indexing just happens to be an easy way to do that. So we limit the colors, plop it into a 64 by 64 area like a Gen 3 sprite, and we get started. So, as I said, this here is Siren. This is the third stage of the line. This is the first one I sprited of this line. I sprited it a little while back. And it's one of the sprites that I'm super in love with. The coolest thing about this, like, colored area on it is that is not, like, makeup or paint or anything like that. That's a psychedelic hallucination. So originally I wanted to have an outline around Siren in its entirety that's a stripe of, like a series of rainbow stripes that run down its body, and basically at all times would kind of have, like if you know Gen 5, or not Gen 5, Gen 6 and 7, like the Cofagrigus model, how the shadow is always surrounding the body. Basically what they do is they have a 3D model around the body where the texture is put on the inside rather than the outside, which means you only see it behind stuff. And basically the idea would be it would have a psychedelic effect that's similar to that, where no matter how you see it, you see the same bars always behind it. That doesn't look that good without complete motion most of the time. Thus, Siren didn't get that. But I think I'm just going to start by taking one of the outline colors from this and tweaking it a bit. Siren is more evolved, a bit different of a color I'd like for the first stage. You can make it more purple. Or not necessarily, yeah, more purple, less blue, leaning towards pink, hue-wise. So basically, yeah, this is just how we sprite stuff. I'm on the wrong layer, as usual. Layer management, guys. It's an important thing. Actually, there we go. So this is stuff, like if you see any of the, I think I'm gonna go. If you look at any of my Sprite Fests, you'll like see kind of like a flicker, like you'll see like a white background kind of flicker away sometimes. That's because I use that white layer to be able to see where the boundaries are of the cast. Which is, you know, kind of an important thing to be able to do. You want to know where the edges are. Okay, I think, so it looks to me, just want to make sure everything here aligns. You know, you don't want something to be misaligned, at least too misaligned. Because that would be bad. I don't like super misaligned spriting. So you can see what I've got right now is this, and I'm not liking how this looks quite yet, so I think I'm gonna smooth this. Doing that. Actually, I think that's not the issue. I think that the issue is like that. Let me see. Okay, I think the issue is that this is actually too high. This needs to be more here. And that will give it more of that wiggly body that I know and love. Okay, so yeah, there's the main body area, I guess. Actually might take this, put it here rather than there, just to give that head a little more form. There we go. I think I'm gonna exaggerate that little inlet a bit. Actually, no. I think maybe just that. No, that's too in. I think maybe this is just fine. This will do. So one of the more difficult things. So I actually prefer spriting the smaller Pokemon in most cases than the larger ones, but you run into instances where you're like not sure what to do just because of how small these things are. And let's go for a new color here. Let's see, how many colors is this at? Okay, I have access to one new color. I'm trying to think of like how I want to do my my color limitations. I think I might simplify the hue cycle as needed for the baby. That might be what I'm going to do, because I'm going to need to have this tail. And this tail is just, you know, a tail. It's not a psychedelic hallucination. So I'm not going to, you know, build it as if it is. Okay, so. I feel like, well, let's see, because it does have a little bit of a bulge down here. It kind of bulges out a little bit. So, let's see. I might do that one more. I'm liking how that looks. Yeah. That's pretty good. And I might extend this. No, I don't like that. That's stupid. Like that. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be too odd looking though. So I'm gonna try. See how that looks. Honestly, I feel like that looks a bit more accurate to the concept art. So you can see that, like it's not that bad. That'll do. That will do. I might actually see what happens if I add. No, that definitely not. Never mind. That was a bad idea. I'm not suggesting it again. I was gonna say what happens if I add this. I'm like, no, because that doesn't. That's not how that would work. So no. No. Yeah, I think this is the most accurate way I can get it to be to that. So I'm gonna do that. Let's get this going. I'm gonna do this mouth. This mouth is tiny in this sprite. It's gonna be a tough way. It's gonna be a tough one to fit. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna take black, like a true black, do that, and then take the tooth color from the final stage, okay, I think that might actually be fine. That should do. I don't like to use true white if I can avoid it. Just because true white is such a harsh color. Like it really is just, it's the harshest color you can use in spriting. Not the harshest color, but it's a harsh color that you can use in spriting. And I don't like to use colors that are just that powerful. Or that overwhelming, even. It's a better way to describe it, I guess. Let's see, how's this? I think that looks fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit those little angry eyebrows. I could do that. I don't think that works that well in this instance. Like I could do this. Well, that doesn't give it that like kind of furrowed look that I'm looking for. So I think I'm just gonna not deal with that for now. So this is 45. So I guess 60, 75. Is that the color I'm looking for? I guess main body color. See what outlining that looks like. It works, but it doesn't look the same if I do that. Yeah, I don't think I need those. I could do that maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like that's necessary. I don't know. I kind of like this eye structure, to be honest, a bit more. Ooh, that I like. Look at that. That's the eye structure. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for that. Let's see what happens if I move this. I think that looks a bit better in that regard. And plug that on. I don't know if I like that blue of that blue, but I can always try tweaking that and see what I do like of it. So, okay, now I guess I get to the actual part that makes the most difference: shading. So I don't really need this layer anymore. I can use this layer just for contrast's sake, but it's not that big a deal. Let me see. What goes this at? Can I do this at 60? I thought I did this. Yeah, it's 75. So let's see 60. Oh, did I put it on the wrong layer? Yep, that would be it. Oh no. Layer management. Gotta do it. Gotta do good with it. I don't. It's an important thing to get good with. But I suck at it. You'll actually notice in a lot of sprite fests, you can see where I screw up my layer management. So the light source on Pokemon sprites is usually top left, or it's always top left. That's where the light comes from. Like the light comes from the top left and it's just there in the top left. So that's an important thing to remember whenever you're shading a Pokemon, like Fakemon sprite. Always shade from the top left, at least for the sprite as it's going to look in battle. Or from the top left, I think it's the top right there. That's how you always want to do it. Just in general, that's how they do things in especially classic Pokemon. When they went to 3D models more recently, that's when they think that looks fine. They started, because when you have a texture with like hard mapped lighting, like the eyes of most bug types, you can't have the light source be consistent without taking up extra texture space that you don't want to waste. So most Pokemon that have like, or that could have intricate lighting in more recent gens have I think that should be fine. And I'll probably do a little bit here as well. But yeah, most Pokemon that have like hard map lighting, they're going to have symmetrical lighting for texture space reasons. You can just mirror the texture. You don't have to have it saved separately as a mirrored texture. Or rather, well, I guess you can, but having it symmetrical means it's less of an issue if the lighting shifts. So, for instance, like you're, fighting at dawn as compared to sunset, you're gonna want that lighting difference, I think that'll do. That looks pretty good to me. Just gonna double check I'm gonna delete this layer so that it doesn't affect this. Mode indexed 255 color limit, because then it doesn't get rid of any colors in weird ways. So I'm at 10 colors, means I have precisely 5 colors left. Or sorry, 4 colors. Wait. No. Yes. Yes. Yes, I have 4 colors left. So I can't do the full range of colors from this sprite in that sense. But I certainly can take a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. I only have room for 4. So skip 1. Skip 1. And I could do. I only have 4 pixels here too. So. Take this, that. Skip yellow. Even do it like this. Oh, that goes there. Give it that sense of a cycle. I don't know if I like that, actually. I'm just gonna see. I think that's enough. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Yeah. So now I'm going to actually go image mode, indexed, bam, there we go. I'm making all this in GIMP as well. And you can't see like the menus and stuff that I'm going through, but trust me, I'm going through menus. It happens. It's not that big a deal. And so it's not that important for you to pay much attention to it or give it, or pay much mind, really. Alright, so, let's see, this is 60, this should in fact be 45, though with this color set I might see, how does 40 look? I like that, just that slightly harder outline for this one, so I think I'm going to stick with that. And also harden this one bit. Okay, the darkest color here is 70, so this could stand to be brighter, because right now there's a is the darkest color 70? Really? Yeah, the darkest color is 70. Okay, so then this one could actually stand to be significantly lighter. So let's try 50. Just because you don't want it to be too soft of an outline. I think that works, because this is a membrane that we're looking at here. Like, it's not, it doesn't need to be this super harsh thing. So I think I'm gonna stick with that kind of membrane, slightly lighter color. And I think that's pretty good. This was This went pretty quick. I've been live for 25 minutes, and this was not that much of those 25 minutes. So what I'm gonna do, normally this is the point where I would send the sprite to the group chat that we have, but I'm not gonna do that during the stream just because that would kind of interrupt the flow of things. So instead, I'm just gonna save it. Okay, where do these guys fit in number-wise? Can't really check right now. So I have to just kind of guess. I think they're, oh, there it is. Okay, so this would be 108 then, assuming that these numbers are accurate. I'm gonna double check in the actual ones for the program that we're using. Okay, 111. So I'm gonna actually accurately number this. This is actually 109. Just so that I don't confuse myself, and then I'm gonna actually go through right now and renumber the other one to be 111. Because I don't want to be inaccurate with my numbers in this if I can avoid it. And I don't need to make changes to these guys, so they're probably not going to change anything else. I guess I'll change some of the drive. But yeah, that's a tiny little guy compared. Like, comparatively, this guy is so tiny. Like, so tiny. Alright, wow. So let's make the male. It's just web. Alright. Yeah, that's all it was. Oh, there we go. Siren M. Okay, reopen the female. Just because the female is the primary one I need to edit stuff in. There we go. Actually, I'm just gonna undo those changes so that you guys can see me make the edits. Then I'm going to basically resave them so that I save over. Oh wait, I saved these as Siren. I just realized that. Oops. Okay. Well. Oopsies. I'm gonna have to change those names. Look at me go. So that's the female. Okay, so if I go in here, at least I did not save over any of the old ones. That would have been a problem, I'd say. I'm not going to be doing the middle stage of this line, which is named Racilian. Put a space in there, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Good. So, now I'm going to be doing the shinies. And so I have over here Siren's Shiny, so that I can pull whatever colors I need to from that. I don't want this one to be, once again, the exact same color, so I'm just going to pull a color that I like. I'm like, that's the color. I think I'm going to do something like that. I like that. And also, shinies don't necessarily have to be the same. So that's a nice thing. Okay, there we go. Blam. Let's see, this would be 35, 85. Blam. I mean, I could easily make this sperm themed, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that because I'm an adult. I'm not gonna do that just for the goof, because I'm a big boy who doesn't make goofs. I say as I make as I've made multiple goofs in this stream. Ignore that. I didn't say anything. Okay, 20. Bleh. Okay. And so you'll notice these colors are a bit tougher to see on this. Well, lucky for you, I have better versions that I can draw from. The shiny versions, which are all more saturated and a different color. Like they're all equidistant from the originals, so they have their own slightly different cycle that starts with orange. And that slightly different cycle is just, it's fun. I like that color palette so much. I originally was going to do like this pastel color, but then I was like, I'm going to go all out with this. And there we go, look at that. That's strong. Okay, and then now, let me see, this is a slightly different color as well. I like to change my off-whites too. So why use the same off-white when you have a newfangled off-white? It's slightly purple. You know, why use that same one? Okay, so I'm trying to think of what color I want to have paired with this green. I could go for like something contrasting and I can have like this reddish tint, but I don't know. Let's see. It was purple and blue. I could do green and yellowish. Let's see. I want it to be not too crazy of a yellow. I'm gonna up the saturation. Yellows look weird when they're not that saturated. I'm not that bright. 40. 100. Yeah, and the other issue, I'm going to up the saturation more actually. The other issue with yellows is that it's tough for people to distinguish shades of yellow. So I'm going to have to be a bit more careful than I usually am about these shades. It's just, yellows are tricky for people. Like, I don't know. It's not a color we're good at differentiating. You know, we can differentiate shades of green really well, but not shades of red, yellow. Red especially. Red is so tricky to do shading sprite-wise, because, ooh man, it is tricky. Okay, this needs to be 45. That's pretty fun. It feels kind of 80s to me, but I'm fine with that. I like that kind of almost golden tail. It's not quite golden because it's, if you want golden, you want to go more towards orange than you do yellow. That's actually a mistake a lot of people make. When you want gold, you don't want yellow. Gold is not shiny yellow. It's shiny orangish yellow. Gold is a very specific color range. Like if I want real gold color, like I'll go to like 45 hue wise. Because a hue of 45, that's where you find gold. I'm going to show you guys what 45 looks like. So that's 45. That's more gold looking. At least to me. At least to me. But anyways, so that's Polterpole. Polterpole, did I actually save that shiny? I did not. So I'm going to go back and undo those changes to the yellow. There we go. Okay. Let's actually save this now. So we got Siren, not Siren, oh. I must have made that mistake again. Polterpole F shiny. And then I just have to go whap, whap, whap. Polterpole M shiny. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah, looks right. And now they're there. All 4 are in my folder. We can see them at scale. I think they look pretty good. So the real scale, we're going to be seeing them in game, though. It's more like that. It's 200% scale. Oh, there we go. There we go. So now I'm going to do an important step, which is making the RPG Maker sprite. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm just gonna keep these open. So I'm gonna scale each of these bad boys just to prep them for the RPG Maker reckoning to come. So open the females. Luckily, the next thing we're gonna have is not gonna be so cluttery when it comes to GIMP. Okay, scale that. So right now I'm just scaling all the images to be able to make their RPG Maker equivalents. I didn't check to make sure these are centered, but I'm pretty sure they are. Because I didn't go... Let's see, so... I've got a width, or a height 50... It's 25 pixels up. 50, so it's centered in that respect. And we got 34. Oh. 36. Okay, so it's not a perfect centering, but like it can't be perfect. There's another number. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. It will do nicely. So, for the next one, I'm going to be doing one that I haven't done any of the set for. It's only a 2-stage line, so there's not much to do with it. So let's just minimize all of these bad boys. Don't need them. Don't need Siren anymore. Goodbye, Siren. Have fun. I'll miss you. Okay, so now those are gone. I have to switch GIMP windows. There we go, and it's gonna... No. Okay, you know what? GIMP 3, GIMP 4, you can die. So... 2... Wham. You're just hearing my ramblings about my OBS things. So this reference doesn't need to be this image anymore. This reference needs to be that image. Okay. So happy. He's not happy for long though. After he evolves, he gets pretty sad. This is no longer Polterpole. This is... Alright. If I can spell it right. This is Ecstoxi. Or Ecstoxi. It's a reference to ecstasy, if you haven't guessed by that name. I believe it's a poison rock type. I don't know if it's rock yet. It might only become rock when it evolves, but it's... Let me just double check that. I think it's poison rock. Really fun concept. Let's see, sheets. And I don't want to get the information wrong, which is why I'm actually double checking this. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I get it wrong or not, I guess. That happens. Alrighty. Ecstoxi, what is your number? I think it's a bit later. Yep. Okay. 161. Okay, yeah, it's just a poison type right now. So, as I said, it's a reference to ecstasy, which is a drug. So the color I'm gonna go for is pretty poisony purple. It's pretty poisony. Lower that saturation a lot. Just a faint purple. Let's get that good outline. 30. Okay, let's get a white layer. Let's get a transparency. Okay. Okay, honestly, I might change this white layer just for the sake of this sprite to something that has some contrast, so... Oh, wrong layer. There we go. Oh, darken that a bit. There we go. That's a hideous color, but it works. I mean, hideous colors are usually good for contrast, so not really worried about that. So I'm going to make the main body, these arms and stuff, this shade. I'm just going to dive straight into it. It's my little baby. I'm gonna do it more like that, maybe? I'm trying to think. I think, yeah, this would be front, you know, as it progresses back further. Stuff like that. So let's get darker shade. There we go. Get that going. Okay. So this one's going to be fun because I can actually build the spot its arm comes from. I think I'm going to thin that slightly. I have to build the hole for it a little bit. The nice thing, actually, I should probably do is, let's see, let's find, let's go a little more pink, a bit brighter, and less saturated, once again. Let's go, because this is going to be brighter, and I don't want it to be lost in the arm. So it's going to be the outline color for that. Okay. I don't think I need that. I don't know what happened to these fingers. They got kind of beaten up by the process of making them small. But I can fix that. Okay, let's try this. I think that works. That looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to do these legs. Okay, and these legs just kind of come out. They're resting on the ground. You'll notice that the perspective is a bit different between this and the art. That's because I rotated it, because I didn't want it to be just kind of derping around in the air. It's not in the air, it's a little pill sitting on the ground, having fun. Being a pill, you know? What else is a pill supposed to do other than sit on the ground and have fun? Let's try... I don't know, I think I'll see what happens with the feet with that shape. I don't know if I like it or not entirely. I'll figure it out when I get to that, I guess. I feel like this is a bit wide. It's supposed to be more like this. I don't know, I think that's actually... Yeah, it doesn't look that far off from the other one. So I think maybe I'm going to do that just to give it more the same. Yeah, I feel like... I feel like I still might remove this. Do this. I feel like that's a bit better. Getting that look down. So I'm going to do that. And that would be in front in this case. Okay, so that's the arms. Those are definitely there now. Let's get this main body structure. So the in-game lore about this one is pretty fun. So basically, Ecstoxi is it is a drug. It is very much a drug, and as it's a drug, it's generally not used for that much when it comes to being around people, but it is used in a pretty interesting way, I'd say. People use it as a treatment for mild depression. Basically, you let one run around in your house for a little while. And while it does that, it releases, you know, bits of its body, basically, you know, kind of just fall off. but bits of its body kind of crumble away. It is, you know, uphill. So it's got a little bit of powderiness, you know, as pills do. And because of that, when it kind of crumbles off, when it loses bits of itself, so to there. Gonna widen this a little bit, just for the sake of good perspective, I think. No, honestly, no. That is bad. That's not too bad. Let's not widen it. Screw perspective. Okay. I feel like this needs to go higher. Push it a bit higher still. I feel like, well, actually I think this might be part of the issue. It's the fact that it just juts down like that. I feel like that's a bit smoother, a bit better in my book. Okay, let's go down to 35, not 45. Okay. So I can get this. Figured out perspective-wise. Okay. So now for one of the fun parts. So you see this structure here, and this structure here, those are actual indents in the pill. You know, just for a little bit of flavor. So I have to figure out how to do those nicely with so little space. Okay, well I feel like that's not that bad. And that's not that bad. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and then for this one, that. I'd say that's pretty good. That's not bad. Let's lighten up the bits that don't need to be super dark. Because it's not necessary for every bit. I like to go 2 or 3 in with darker colors. Just because I don't want them to like super shift the general palette look. Alright, so that's done. Let's get this mouth. So the mouth, I'm just going to do it like this. Okay, let's try. Oh, wait, no, actually. No, that's off-centered. Or off-center. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch it. Stretch it a bit. And I think I'm gonna move it like that. Just whap, whap. Kind of like that. And I think I'm also going to take this section shift it up one. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that's fine. This will do. Okay, and then this eye. This eye is going to be weird. Because it's eye. Oh, it's weird. It's a single, like, kind of triangular eye. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I think the easiest thing would be that. I want it to be super hard of a triangle. It also kind of points to the center of this. I think that's pretty good, actually. That works. Wow, I'm surprised by how easy I was able to get that structure to function, you know? That will do to me. Or what that will do for me. That will do to me. Alrighty. I guess I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna do the body full first. Normally, I do like to do the eyes first, but I want to see what color palette options I have left. You know, count eyes. So let's see. What value do I want? Okay, that's pretty close to the outline color on this, so I will be, you know, tweaking that a bit when I get to that. Let's see. How 85 does. I might lower that saturation even more when I like do finalize that art or finalize that palette, just because I feel like it could stand to be brighter. At this point, it's kind of bland, generally too purple. A little bit of pop. Gonna make the eye green. So let's try and make a rough circle. Let's carve out a chunk. Some true black. And then for now let's use true white. And see about expanding this. Give it that just burst of eye, you know? Actually, I just noticed, just generally, because of the light source here, this would be the section that would have that. A little bit of shininess. I think I like it like that more, to be honest. That feels pretty nice to me. So this needs to be, knowing how pale this is going to be, I'm probably going to want to do it this way. Okay, this is honestly just going to be, this is probably all going to be shadow. And then most of this. Especially towards the back. There's probably going to be a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. Honestly, I feel like the light might slip further in. No, I feel like maybe that. And then let's get a lighter shade. Yeah, let's go 5, and let's go. Okay. Now let's get this mouth. I don't know what color the mouth would be. Or something like that. Ah. Let's see how true black looks in there. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's try that for now. Don't really need this. Okay, let's get some shading. He's a pretty easy guy to shade, I'd say. He's not too tricky. Bam. He's having fun. Look at him. So happy. Okay, so we're going to the lighter shade now. Okay, and also, when I index this... Oh, hey, if I get rid of this color, don't need that anymore. I actually have room for one more color, technically, which means I can do like a shading in the mouth more or something. Or even on the eye. Probably it would be the eye. Maybe some like true black in the mouth. I just remembered this doesn't really need to be that much lighter, but you can use that to determine the new saturation. And how dark does this? This gets to 65. So 65. With lighter colors like this is definitely an instance where 65, you might want to go all the way down to 45 for an outline. And this outline is going to be 30. Take a look, see how that is. I feel like the mouth looks a bit sloppy as it stands. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to shrink it back down. See how true black does it. So I don't know if I like that. I feel like true black could work. Maybe if this was just like darker, you know? Not quite true black, but just darker in general. This is actually an eye. Eyes are shiny, so and then make this back to the index. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this true white into not true white, because I don't like to do true white. It's a cheap way out to me. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe someone has some contrast. Trying to determine that's better or not. I might. Oh, no, I think I'm gonna change this from purple, to be honest. Or maybe even make it more concentrated or more saturated. That's too saturated. That might do. Okay. Uh, 70. Okay, now it's just Barney colors. Let's see what 250 does for it. Kind of this indigo color, you know? You have to keep 250. See, not most of these Pokemon, they don't have their color determined before they're sprited in all cases. Because they don't always have that color predetermined, coloring them can be a bit of a process during spriting. You have to kind of take a shot and go, is this the color I want? And you look at it and you go, okay, no, that's not the color I want. Is this the color I want? And you look at it and go, it's better than the last one. Is it still what? Is it really what I want though? Like this is kind of Krogunk color right now. I think. Gonna lighten it a bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna harden this outline more, just because it runs over too much more. Okay, 40. Honestly, true white is really, in that small of an amount, it might be the only color I can really use for that. I feel like that's fine for now. I don't know, I feel like this palette is a bit tricky to you know, pinpoint what I want from it. Okay, it is centered now. I'm gonna see what colors, you know, Ecstoxi looks to be in a lot of the time. Ecstoxi drug images. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do first off is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make it even lighter. It's going to be a 5 for its saturation. So lighten that up a whole heck of a lot. Oh, yeah, no, that was right. And then I think I might do the arms actually more of a, because right now the arms make me feel sad, like color-wise, like they feel kind of like, you know, too blue and gloomy. So I think I'm gonna go for something more happy, and happy is generally, you know, yellow. So I'm gonna try for maybe a bit of a sickly yellow. See what that does for me. And if I can get behind that color choice. Let's see, this would be yeah, creamy, sickly kind of color. I want to darken that more. This, honestly, this is, I'm feeling this. A bit more. Yes. That is the color I needed. And then I'm actually going to also take this, bring it down to a more yellow color. Actually. That, I'm feeling that. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, there we are. Kind of this happy powder yellow. I'm gonna make this shade of green more like a few like colors that I'm seeing in Google Images when I search ecstasy. Ecstasy drug. It's kind of this. It's a bit like that. Okay, and then for the lighter color, 75 takes to 90, and then this drops down to 40. There we are. That's it. That's what I needed. That's Ecstoxi. Okay. Well, it doesn't look sloppy to me anymore. Just looks like a little happy pill. He's a happy little guy. Look at him, he's like, yeah! Having fun. He's having fun. And then when he evolves, he's not having fun. He's very decidedly not having fun. Also, I don't think I scaled this effectively. I'm just gonna fix this, because now this is bugging me. Oh no, okay, there's a weird, like, gap at the edge of the image. That's what it is. So I can't fix that easily. Just go like that and make it bigger. Oh, it's gone. There we go. Shh. There wasn't a gap there. But yeah, that's Ecstoxi. I can get behind those colors. So that's, let me double check, what was that number? So then in the 160s? Yes, 161. Okay. Now I have to make a shiny though. So, and I closed that search for images. I've seen blue. I saw a lot of blue pills in that search though. So let's go for that kind of powder blue. An intense powder blue. So it's 100. I like that shade of blue. That's nice. That's just a nice shade of blue, to be honest. It's definitely gonna need more oomph to that outline. Did you say outline? I'm not Canadian. Why am I having that accent? Alrighty, that outline. Outline. Some more blue, and I think I might bring back some purple to go with the blue. Just, you know, purple goes with blue pretty nicely, in my opinion. Oh, that was darker. That was supposed to be lighter. Oopsies. Teehee. Not my intention. Then, well, I found the outline color. That's a 35. Blam. This eye is going to need to change now. Let's go for a pretty intense orange. Give it some strong contrast with that body. This jumps to 90, and this drops to 50. And then this here switches to a purple shade. And yeah, that's a shiny. So that works for me. I like it. That's good. Blam. So that's it. It's all shiny and ready to go. It's all sprited and ready to go. And with that, I'm going to be ending this stream. So thank you so much if you joined me live. If you want to see more of my sprites, I have a DeviantArt It's just Dirge Birch, same, or not same, actually, it has a sprite as the icon, not my logo. I was going to say same logo as what I have, but it's not. It's not the same logo. I mean, I don't know. I don't look at the DeviantArt anywhere here, but yeah, it's there. There's a DeviantArt. You can look it up. It's just Dirge Birch. Should be something along the lines of a digital artist hobbyist. So yeah, but I have to go. Thank you so much. This has been a nice chill stream for me. I've enjoyed this. I might do these on occasion, and it was a nice way to also knock out, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone, getting a sprite done for the game, or 2 sprites done for the game, really, or 2 sets of sprites done for the game, as well as an easy way to, you know, have some fun spriting in a way that's not, you know, just a time lapse like what I usually do. Which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing. I love watching time lapses of things. It was kind of inspired by Smashified, how it's that time lapse of the creation process, and I really liked that. But mine excluded a few steps in the creation process, and it did here as well. But just, I don't know. It was always a thing I liked, and watching the time lapse back, just, I don't know. There's a sense of nostalgia that I get from, you know, even though I was making it like an hour or 2 before I'm editing the video. Like there's that sense of like, man, I'm making this. I made this. You know, that's it has like this presence to you, I guess. This sense of importance, and you know, this sense of love. But it's also nice to be able to, you know, kind of talk through the creation process as I do it. Like, I've done tutorials for anyone in my, like, in our team that wants to do sprites. Like, I've done a tutorial on that. But, like, you know, just for general people, you know, it's nice to be able to do that. And you can kind of look at these streams as in a sense, a tutorial. I'm not like giving you the rundown of like, you want to go to this tool, you want to do that, you want to do this, but yeah, no, it is a nice way to be able to like kind of communicate and show off, you know, something of a project that generally has been a relatively secretive. Actually, I just noticed a lighting issue that I'm gonna fix, just because that's kind of weird. It wouldn't do this. It wouldn't go all the way down because there'd be a bit of the body in the way. So I'm gonna save over that, and I'm just gonna reopen the other one. You're not gonna see me change it on the other one, but trust me, I am. Just 3 pixels. Okay, there we go. Both of them are changed. So now I'm just going to scale them so that I can throw them into their RPG Maker sprites. But we're going to see that. The RPG Maker sprite system that we're using. I shouldn't have done that. Well, I did it now. It's too late. Oops. Whatever, I'll just get rid of GIMP. You know, you can go away, GIMP. GIMP 2. Mobile GIMP. You know what? You can go away, and you can... where's the reference at? There it is. That can go away. Oh yeah, this is the full Sprite Fest background. You don't really get to see this in Sprite Fest at all. This is what the full background looks like. I kind of like it. It's a little bit Earthbound reminiscent to me, but it's also, you know, my main favorite colors being black, red, purple, white, and gray. Yeah. I'm generally a bland person when it comes to favorite colors. I don't like bright colors. So it's like a deep red and stuff. That's really all I can think about doing today. So I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much if you joined me live. Thank you so much if you watched this after the fact and enjoyed watching my creation process. If you want to see more of these, I can definitely talk with my friends on the team, because I talked with them before I did this one, saying, hey, is it okay if I do, you know, a stream of me making sprites for the game? Just because I don't want to, like, you know, make something, you know, broader than they would want, like, you know, as the team. And, like, I'm not the only person in charge of it, so, like, I don't want to be like, what I say goes, and I say sprites, you know. But yeah, thank you so much if you joined me live. If you are watching this after the fact, thank you so much for watching. And if you're at this point and you were watching after that, thank you so much for sticking with me through that entire thing. I'm sure there were probably points where it was a bit boring. I was focused on spriting something. Which actually, surprisingly enough, I would have thought, because I'm really quiet when I sprite normally, that I would have been really quiet. And I noticed in the first tutorial, because I was going to fast forward through chunks where I wasn't talking much, I only fast forwarded through like 2 chunks, and one of them I said ahead of time, I'm just going to focus on getting this form right, so I'm not going to be talking. And then the other one was like a relatively quick period of time. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to head out. So goodbye, farewell, have a nice day. If you want to see me do more of these streams, just let me know. Give this stream a thumbs up, you know, give it a like, comment, I don't know, do whatever you want. I don't control you, but, you know, find a way to let me know, hey, I want to see more of these. I can make these a more regular thing, where it's just a stream of me spriting instead of, you know, just doing sprite fests. I can't guarantee every time that it's going to be something from, you know, this game that we're also not going to be distributing for legal reasons. So, like, these are sprites for Pokemon you're not going to get to use, basically. That's one of the reasons I've always been kind of cautious about doing stuff with it here. But I mean, you can at least enjoy the designs, the concepts, the art, you know, of the game from a distance. You know, I might do a Let's Play after the fact. I don't know. I mean, I think it would be fun, at least to do like a dev team live stream for everyone who's able to after we finish it, where we can like play through the game and have, you know, some nostalgia of like, oh, I remember when we were making this area and it sucked. I remember when I was doing this sprite and it sucked. Stuff like that. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm gonna head out. I've said this like 3 times now. I'm bad at outros for live streams. If you haven't noticed, I ramble on. And I'm doing it now. So I'm just gonna head out. Thank you so much if you joined me live, after fact, whatever. Once again, farewell, goodbye, goodbye, farewell. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy something today. Let's hope. I want you to enjoy something today. Yeah. Okay, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye. I say this a lot because I don't know when the stream's gonna end. Goodbye, farewell, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Farewell, goodbye. I'm gonna head out. Farewell, goodbye. Bye-bye, goodbye.